it do, everybody? Welcome to Variety Conversation. I am Lady Walker. It's not a surprise to me that many people prophesied a lie that had no truth in it, saying God showed them or even told them Trump was going to win a second term as president, well as the truth will have it, and me clutching my pearls, they lied on God. Just to name a few of the many people who properly lied that God showed them or even told them are Marcus Rogers, Pat Robertson of the 700 Club, Pastor Mark Burns, Mark Taylor, Chris Young, Woody U, does that ring a bell, Chris? Harlan Hill, Sid Roth, Jeremiah Johnson, and a slew of other pastors, prophets, pastors from other countries, and religious people boldly echoed the same colorful lie that didn't bear witness with God's plan. They prophesied their want, plain and simple, or plain and clear. It's a given that so many of Trump's supporters, like their cult leader Trump, would not accept defeat and instead said that the Democrats stole the votes, committed voter fraud, even when there were no evidence to back up the bogus claims that Trump and his followers made a song of. Howbeit that many will delete their posts and videos where they prophesied a big fat lie that Trump was going to win a second term, and would even say they didn't say it like Marcus Rogers. Remember, Marcus, if Trump doesn't win as you claim God showed you or told you he would, you would take a break from social media. How's that working out for you, bro? Are you still on social media? I am pretty sure you are. Backpedaling. Okay, dope. Many spoke their feelings and emotions and said it was God. I don't believe everything man say God said, because it could be a lie dressed up to look like the truth. And by George, the truth isn't in it. I am took a pink that I can think for myself and not be led astray by someone who says God said or God showed me in a dream or vision. Anywho, division and hate are not attributes that make up the love of God. And number 45 was full of division and hate. Calling the Proud Boys good people, really now, ain't that an unattractive whammy? Sometimes people would say God told them this and that when it could have been the devil who serenaded and served them. That bold-faced lie on a silver platter, and they took heed to it as God said. And what's so sad about the situation is, even after Biden and Harris were sworn in as president and vice president, some people are still thinking that Trump is somehow going to be president for a second term. Just wait and see, they say. God is going to turn it around. What the heck is wrong with you people? Listen, both political parties have wicked and deceitful people in it, and God doesn't belong to any one of those parties. Joe, as well as Trump, isn't perfect and without singing, but some of y'all are tripping like a son of a gun, acting like the Republican Party represent all that which is good, when too many white supremacists who call themselves evangelicals are housed in that party, and these people hate for no good reason. No election was stolen from Trump, but if Trump would have won the election, then you can say the election was stolen from Biden. Although Trump pushed the narrative that the Democrats stole the election, so much so that it seemed to be nothing but the truth. And many of you know that you can tell a lie over and over and over again with passion until it can look like the truth. And that's why Trump pushed that narrative to no end. A recount should have taken place in the states where Trump won the electoral and popular votes, because voter fraud could have taken place on behalf of ensuring Trump wins. What makes Trump and his supporters think that Biden as president is not the will of God? God used Trump for 4 years and saw fit to place Biden in that position this time around. Trump was not about to humble himself before the Lord. He was every bit prideful and arrogant, not to mention a pathological liar who would never admit to wrongdoing when he was guilty of it. Do you recall how he created a photo opportunity holding up a Bible in his right hand while he stood in front of St. John Church in Washington, D.C. Way to go, Trump. Did you know that this doesn't make you a Christian or intimate with God? And another thing, what makes you think that God can only use Trump and not Biden? Just pretty old ridiculous thinking. I can't say how well or bad Biden will do as president, but God allowed him to be in that position in such a time as this. 4 more years of the orange man would have been a travesty. Just because Kim Clement prophesied that Trump will win a second term as president doesn't mean that it would surely come to pass. And many of you went and relied on that prophecy. And right about now, you are eating crow left and right, waiting on God to turn the situation around. At least you look like a false prophet. Some people are still delusional, saying the fight isn't over and that Trump can still win. Y'all, stop that tomfoolery. Heck, it's over for Trump as a second-term president of the USA. And just know that it's over because it's over. And the fat lady has sung. You made a god out of Trump and even started an insurrection on his behalf. What about the millions and millions of people who voted for Biden? That counts for something like winning. Too many internet prophets made predictions saying, God said, God showed. And when they missed the mark and they responded, people made mistakes. Listen up, peeps. Whoever prophesied that God said Trump was going to win a second term, straight up lied. Now run and tell that. By the way, me pointing out that all the prophecies that Trump will win a second term was a lie doesn't make me the problem. The problem is saying God showed and told you he would, and he didn't. It was your feelings and emotions, and you tried to manipulate God into making it happen. For the record, Trump will not be going back into the Oval Office for a second term in this time. I just can't with some of you. You are still holding on to a thread of hope that old boy is going to be back in the Oval Office. Not by the hair on your chin, chin, chin. If God wanted Trump in again, he would have been back in today, not 4 years from now. But the prophets that said he would be reelected now to a second term, not in the next 4 years. The wait is over, and God has chosen Biden and Harris to occupy those spaces. Oh, and just know, even the elect will be deceived, and it's not nice to lie in the name of the Lord. And rejecting Trump doesn't mean rejecting God. It simply means rejecting the BS Trump stood for and dishes out, which was utterly distasteful and a bunch of no good. One more thing, I am not putting 100% trust in no man or woman, Biden, Harris, or anyone else, because I really don't know what these people are capable of doing that's related to evil. And if they do something that's not good for the U.S. citizen, well, I will have my say about them. Rest assured on that one. And Christian people, since Biden and Harris are president and VP, go ahead and pray for them that they will do the right thing at all times. Give your prayer on their behalf as you Republican Christians did for Trump, even though he did it his way and continued to belittle and bully people and lie like a rug. Anyway, enough said. Feel free to share your perspective on said topic. And if you like this channel, go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment. And hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I upload a new video. And in the meantime, beloveds, y'all come back to visit me when you can. Okie doke. Ta-ta.